go. Let's do this. Alright.
What is up, guys? It's your boys. George Military here.
Let's just do this normally, bro. Right? Okay, so we're thinking about doing a podcast for a very long time now, but we didn't know what to do it about, and right now we're just gonna do it, man.
We're just gonna fucking do it. We're just gonna fucking do it, bro.
Please don't swear on my podcast. I'm not getting monetized, bro.
Well, we've already fucked that up. Oh, I did it again. I fucked it up. Oh no, what am I doing? Please don't proceed.
Okay. So as you can see, we just found something to eat. We actually cooked this.
We found it. It was already cooked. We had it cooked underneath the kitchen sink, okay? At a certain place. I know.
Okay, so what do we do there? What do you
Yeah, sure.
I guess we should just introduce ourselves.
Yeah, we'll start with that. You first.
Alright, my name's sorry, let's see catch my breath a little bit. My name is Antonio. Yeah, that's a lot of syllables, so if you want, just call me Tony. Yeah, I'm turning 21 in a couple of weeks. Happy birthday to me. This pasta is very hard. I don't think you cooked it very well, but anyway, it's alright. Never trust the Greek to cook the pasta, and always trust the Italian.
I don't agree with that.
But we literally invented it.
Because it was not invented, bro.
We invented it, bro.
I swear to God, the Chinese.
The Chinese, bro.
Invented noodles, bro.
Chinese invented noodles. Marco Polo went to China, and he came back with pasta.
This is Marco Polo Club.
Yeah, but it's also the Italian explorer guy. Alright, that's not happened, bro. I think, pretty sure, that's what my dad told me.
Very professional. Italian explorer guy.
Italian explorer guy. Yeah. I guess, what I'm doing right now, I'm just studying at uni. Can't wait to get out. I'm in my 4th year. I'm so glad I started uni early, because it just means I'm just going to graduate sooner, and which I will. That's God willing that
Inshallah.
that I pass all my subjects in the coming future. Okay, so my goal, and it's been a dream of mine for so long, it's to write comic books. So I'm working on this comic book right now. I'm working on 2 comic books actually. There's one as a side project. I'll delve into that deeper, maybe in the next podcast or something.
Future episodes.
Yeah, future episodes, if there is going to be future episodes. No, there is going to be future episodes. There's going to be future episodes, right? There's no ifs or buts, bro. Like, you just gotta
do it.
You just gotta do it, man. Like, you gotta believe that you're gonna do future episodes. Otherwise, you gotta train your mind to be like, no, we're gonna do future episodes, okay? There's no ifs, okay? I think that's the point of this as well, just to do it. Just to do it.
It's just straight up, just get in there and just put your foot down, you know what I mean?
We spend too much time thinking about stuff and we just, and talking like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but shut up and just do it. Like, legit. Like, I always say, I'm gonna do a podcast, I'm gonna write comic books, but I haven't really done anything to like, work towards that, you know, I haven't really done anything. You can just talk, but if you just keep talking about it, like, nothing's gonna happen, okay? So I've been trying to work on that as well. So I guess the point of this podcast is also to like evolve with our audience. So right now, like, we're very imperfect human beings, okay? So I guess the point of this podcast is to take each other on a journey to improvement, okay? And just reflect on what we do every day and see what we can do to improve where we are right now. Okay, so that's my input. I'll leave it to George here to introduce himself and see who wants from this. Where do I start, bro?
My name's George.
Just take your time.
My name's George.
No rush.
George Adams. Should I reveal that already?
What?
Reveal the last name already, bro.
Big mistake. Follow me on Instagram, George Adams.
Fitness. Yeah, my name's George Adams. while now. Fair few years.
Antonio High. Antonio High.
Correct grammar. 21 years of age. Was studying electrical engineering at university. Dropped out. Had a few deferrals in between. Not my thing, you know what I mean? My passion changed towards fitness. I'm currently about to go to TAFE. I don't know what TAFE would be in like any other place. Still secondary school. Is it secondary school here? Yeah.
No, tertiary, mate.
Tertiary?
Tertiary, but like you go to okay, so I do a bachelor of education, but I think everyone knows this anyway. Everyone knows this. It's pretty simple, but you start in preschool, and you go primary school, primary school, and then you go secondary school, and then you go tertiary school.
Tertiary. You're always going to tertiary school at TAFE. Gonna undergo fitness diploma in fitness, and we're just getting started now. We're wasted about 3 years of my life just mucking around. You know what I mean?
But that's okay.
They don't know what I mean.
Like he's wasted 3 years of his life, right? But the first step is to admit that. So you don't want to be in denial, okay? Because the only way you can move forward is you admit your faults, right? He's admitting that he wasted 3 years of his life and now he's going to do something else about it. See, that's the word, the doing word, okay? He's going to do something about it, bro. He's not just going to talk and say, like, I wasted 3 years of my life. He's actually going to take initiative and go do something that he really,
change himself.
Yeah, really wants to do.
Yeah, went back and forth in between what? A few times. I think I deferred like twice in between. Engineering was my passion like maybe 3 years ago, not anymore.
Why is it? What happened?
What changed?
What changed, bro?
I don't know, man.
Why do you think that happened? Like,
well,
think about like before. What did you think before you went into the course, and then throughout the course, and then now like after the course?
So basically, I reckon we should start like back in school. Back in school, I think we were two different people back in school, like compared to what we are now.
Completely different people. But you still have like the little waves of what used to be. Like, you're not completely different person.
Yeah,
There's still things that it's like when you're cleaning something, there's still some stains that will.
Yeah, that will remain.
Yeah.
So you call me dirty.
Yeah. Still a bit dirty.
Still a bit dirty.
Yeah. But you know what I mean.
You're still imperfect. No.
There's still some traits in there.
There's still some traits.
Yeah. Some Asian traits.
Subtle traits of any kind. Yeah. So yeah, back in the day, we studied for the ATAR to get into engineering because obviously you want a path to go through. I chose that. Made the cutoff, and then got into first year of uni, and then I was like, going with the ball. Was too shy. At that point, I started training, like at the gym, fitness, whatever. And then I got really into that. So as time went past, a lot of my time was basically being used up by that, and pretty much researching a lot of that stuff by myself without having to go to uni or any other schooling. So I was just really invested into it. Kept going along with it. Tried to go back to uni, tried to find a job. It was hard to find a job. Anyway, yeah, basically the cycle went around, and I found myself deferring from uni once again. I don't know if it's good. I should do a withdrawal.
What?
I should withdraw from it.
Withdraw?
Yeah, because it's just sitting there now. It's probably going to withdraw from uni.
What do you reckon your built-up debt is right now?
Bro.
Like,
it's not that bad. Like
if you think about it, you're paying for something that you didn't even complete.
I know. Well, thanks. Just make you feel like pure dog shit. You're a failure. You paid to be a failure. How do you feel about that?
But that's the thing, like, it's so funny because it's like, you in high school, you do the HC and then you make it to the course that you want, and you think, oh, I'm definitely gonna be this now, you know what I mean? Like, for example, you said you made the cutoff, right? Like, they put in your mind that the HC is everything, and it's gonna define your life, and that's why you're gonna be forever.
Yeah, bro, that doesn't mean anything.
So then, like, you make it to this cutoff, and you're so excited, like, yes, come on, let's do this. I remember when I told my dad, like, I got into education, right? I was like, okay, I got an ATA about that much. about, let's not tell them what I actually got. But I called my dad up and I'm like, hey, I made it into the course, I made it into the education course, and I just remember my dad telling me, you still have to complete it, right? So yeah, those words are ringing in my brain right now. But like,
no one said that to me.
you think that oh, I got this uni degree and this is gonna be life now, like that's gonna be my future. You don't know, like everyone changes and everyone's mindset changes, and that's alright, especially when you're young. Like, now's the time to do it. I guess when you're approaching 30 or something, that's when your life is coming.
Nah, bro. Chase your passions early. Chase your dreams early. Start. When you realize what your passion is, just start.
I think
start doing whatever to chase it.
Yeah. I think the key is also like to self-reflect on what you just keep reflecting like every day. Like now, what I'm doing is that after like certain events happen, I'm like writing a journal for myself to see like what did I do today, what did I learn today, what did I improve on, and what should I work on improving tomorrow. Like you have to reflect and always think about what you want for yourself. Alright. Sometimes life can move a bit too fast and you just don't have the time to sit back and reflect, and then that's when you don't really move anywhere, okay? So it's like those escalators in the airport. Imagine just walking the opposite direction, just staying in one direction. I guess that if you don't reflect, that's all you're doing, and you don't even realize it.
Because you're not pushing past like what you know.
Yeah.
You're not letting yourself grow.
You're letting yourself be comfortable, basically.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are in denial, like I'm like this because of this, I'm like this because of that. But it's like, if you just sit back and lay out a plan for what you want and put the little bricks down to get the, like, say I'm going to do like one thing one smallest thing to do every day is better than doing nothing every day because you're overwhelmed by the bigger picture, or like you don't believe that you can do stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
So people like to say I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that, or like, but then you can do things to get good at that, you know what I mean? To get good at what you're not good at, and then once you do that, once you achieve that goal, then you can achieve another goal, and like, I don't think there's any finish line to life, per se.
Every professional was once an amateur. It's true.
But sometimes we can just be overwhelmed by the bigger picture, like it's such a, but sometimes you have to narrow it down to step one, okay?
Then you go from there. Yeah.
Basically start to crawl before you can run.
Basically, yeah. So,
what else?
we're talking about the engineering thing. Anyway, got into fitness and my heart's in that. Yeah.
What made you want to get into fitness?
Oh, this one's a bit of a profound one. Alright.
Take that sip of water. Water, stay hydrated. You'll rejuvenate the juices in your brain.
What people think you later. What made me want to get into it? Seeing the way that it impacted my life through discipline. What else? Through discipline, you challenge yourself every day, basically. Right? You're always pushing yourself to your limits every day. Those key factors helped me come from the bottom, where pretty much hated my life, had a lot of shit going down, and so that was kind of my escape. And then from there on, just every day, just kept consistent, 5 days a week, 3 years, three years now.
You reckon you've ever missed any days in those 3 years?
Yeah, I missed some days, yeah.
But what do you think keeps you consistent? Like, how do you? Because a lot of people, they go in the gym when they're motivated, and then they lose the motivation to come out. So what do you think kept you motivated for those 5 years? Or 3 years?
My drive to show people that, how do I put it? When people like basically don't think you can do something and you want to show them you can do it. That's what kept me going.
Yeah.
That's what keeps me going.
What do you think?
If I ever forget.
Can you give me an example of like when people, what did people say, or like what an experience you had when you thought that people were thinking that you couldn't do something, or?
Oh, like sometimes people don't believe in your dreams, you know what I mean, bro? So
you're trying to prove that.
Whether it's family or friends, like they're just like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. Like it's really hard to get into that. It's really hard to do this, to do that. Well, if it's hard, you know, why is people doing it, you know?
Yeah.
It is hard, but as long as you have a passion for it and you keep striving towards it, it's going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
As long as you want it, you know, that bad.
And that's the thing as well, like you can, a lot of people, they say these things, so that's the problem, they just say it like, oh, if someone says that, for example, you can't do it, and then like, yes I can, but then like, what are you gonna follow that up with, you know what I mean? Like, dude, I actually like, even me, I'm like, yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm guilty of it as well. Like, for my comic books, okay, my comic book, I found myself just telling people, well, I'm gonna be a comic book artist, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna achieve this, and people say like, I can't do it. But if I don't actually put the work into it, then how the hell am I going to achieve it? Like, you can talk, it's all great, this and that, but if you don't put in the work, that's why like, I've been trying myself to just do one little thing, maybe if it's even just one page, or like even like 100 words of the script, like every day, and it's going to build up to something, okay?
Yeah.
So like, this George just, every day, like he makes it a chore to go to the gym.
And every day, like you go to the gym as well.
Yeah.
Like you go some days, and some days are just like crap.
Yeah.
Some days you do not want to go in, you go in, and they're just horrible. And then some days you go in, and you don't want to go in, but then they're just so cracker that it keeps you going.
Yeah.
And other days you're motivated. So it's not always like 100%, bro. It's like sometimes you just feel like 30, then like 50, then like 80, you know what I mean?
The thing is that you can't let yourself get slack, okay?
Yeah.
Because you can say this stuff one day, oh, I'm a bit tired, I'm not gonna go. But that's why you have to push past that threshold. Because once you let yourself be slack for one day, then the next day will follow, and then the next day will follow. But if you just push yourself, you can say something to yourself. You can physically say something like, it's not talking to yourself, but like it's not crazy. Like people can think you're crazy and stuff, but in the end it's gonna pay off. Like you can try and your body will always try and convince itself that it needs a rest, or like but like you have to keep persisting. It's like one little thing. Like for example, if you're gonna sleep, right? You set an alarm for 6 o'clock because you're gonna wake up 6 o'clock. You wake up at 6 o'clock and you think, I'm too tired. Like you gotta push past that, and then once you push past that, it's gonna get easier with every day, and you're gonna get into a routine. Because right now, your body doesn't want to do that, but if you get into the routine, and if you just push yourself and convince yourself to go, like those little tasks every day, but they'll add up to like bigger tasks.
That's what separates you from the average person. If you want to become something, you gotta work for it. Don't become a slave to the system, bro. As they say.
Yeah.
Not you want to be.
What I'm saying is like, I have this new mantra now, like, it's what I say to myself, like, this thing called, like, building skyscrapers. I say, we're building skyscrapers up in here, alright? So what that means is that, right now, you may be nothing, okay? Like, you may be like this, like, say for example, like an old, bad, like, crappy house. Okay, what do? You demolish it, right? And what do people usually build over that? You build something bigger and better, alright? But you're not going to build something bigger and better if you keep looking at the skyscraper you're going to build and thinking, nah, that's too big, I'm not going to be able to build it, you're never going to build it. But if every day you lay a couple of bricks down, you do little things, then one day those little bricks will add up to a big skyscraper, and then what do people want to do when they walk past the skyscraper? They look up at it and they have no choice but to admire it. Yeah. But if you just tell people, I'm going to build a skyscraper, and you never actually...
It's like, cracker.
Yeah, if you never build the bricks, bro, just build the bricks, and then one day it's going to be so big that somebody will walk by and think, holy shit, that's a big skyscraper.
Sometimes you can't always do it by yourself too, you know, like sometimes maybe some bricklayers, you know what I mean? Use that as a metaphor as well. Sometimes you need some people to lift you up.
Yeah. Building skyscrapers, man, that's like my mantra.
To help you build yourself.
Yeah.
And like like the weak, what do you call it? What are the things that keep it grounded? The weak parts of it.
I'm not a construction.
You need to remind me. The weak parts of the building, you gotta get rid of them. You know, that's like the bad people. Get rid of them from your life.
Legit, like the first thing to admit is that you are an old shitty house. Okay? You are an old shitty house that you were built on weak foundations.
Takes out of context,
like you are an old shitty house that's like got weak foundations and like.
So squad. Sorry, squad.
Okay, so yeah, but back to my point, because like the battery's running out and stuff. But anyway, back to my point. You have to admit that you do have an old shitty house in front of you, and you can't build a skyscraper unless you demolish it first. So let's just demolish it. Let's just acknowledge that it needs to be demolished before we start building stuff on it. Okay? And then you look at the old house and think, what made that old house deteriorate, and what made that old house so weak, and how am I going to rebuild this thing, this skyscraper, to make it, to learn from the mistakes of the old house and build this one stronger than ever. So you have to reflect on, you can't just rebuild the same old shitty house. Okay, you got to build the next one better, because that's how everything is. Like, that's literally how people improve. Like, there's always a new car every year because they learn from the mistakes. There's always a new phone every year because they learn what was the mistake with the old phones, and then they make a new one. Okay, that's what life is about. It's just about improving all the time and reflecting on what made the old thing really shit. Okay, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. When he says be a skyscraper, he doesn't mean actually be one, but
yeah.
unless that's your dream and ambition, you know what I mean? Then go and catch that dream and be a fucking skyscraper.
But yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, just remember that mantra. Like, that's my mantra right now. Like, building skyscraper. Yeah, sorry we got cut off a little bit. Still trying to figure these things out. It's our first podcast, but again, I guess that's just how things are, bro. Everyone's just trying to figure things out. We're just trying to figure things out.
Two guys trying to figure this out.
So, but yeah. So even like with this thing, like we'll look at what are the imperfections of this podcast, and then we can improve in the next one. So that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Yeah. So
that's really good stuff.
So just to end it off, just remember that mantra of building skyscrapers. Okay, I think that's like the main topic for this. Just to lay down your bricks day by day. And one day it's going to add up to a big skyscraper, okay? Instead of telling people you can build skyscrapers, just build that, and one day it's going to add to a skyscraper. So yeah, well, I hope you got something out of that podcast.
Yeah. I reckon, for future ones, we're gonna pepper this stuff in, you know what I mean? We're gonna do a bit of everything, I think.
Yeah, this is just like an introduction. We literally just like start talking, like we're just talking like to each other randomly, and but yeah, we haven't thought of a name yet for this podcast, but I think
we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
That'll come in time.
We'll come to it, like we're just doing this and then see what we're about, and then we'll make a name based off that.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching, guys. See you next time, I guess.
See you next time, squad.
See you next time.
Peace.